Welcome to Messages from the Universe with Lori Wondra. Lori is an internationally renowned psychic medium, author, and shamanic practitioner, sharing insights from angels, guides, wisdom keepers, and teachers of the universe that help you navigate life's mysteries and transformations.
Hello, I am Lori Wondra, and thank you for listening. The energy that we are in now is incredible. Many of us are sensing it now, that we are on this acceleration path, and the point of acceleration is now. It's about choosing our path in this time of rapid awakening. It's an unmistakable feeling that events are accelerating. Time feels compressed. Truths are surfacing faster than we can intellectually process them. Systems that once seemed immovable are suddenly wobbling, while new possibilities appear almost overnight. The sense of rapid change is not imagined, and it's not random. It reflects a powerful convergence of cosmic and energetic and collective forces that are intensifying, and those have begun February 17th and continue to build all the way through the Spring Equinox and beyond. 2026 is going to be, or is, a magical year. On February 17th, we experience a solar eclipse in Aquarius, and that is squared by Uranus, while simultaneously stepping into the year of the fire horse. Last week, the podcast was all about the year of the fire horse, and each of these alone would signal heightened momentum. However, together, they mark this threshold moment, one that initiates a year and truly a multi-year period of profound acceleration. We are at that acceleration point. Let's dive a little bit deeper into the eclipse, Uranus, and the fire horse energy and the signature of speed. Eclipses are not subtle. They act like wild cards in astrology, swift, catalytic, and truly impossible to ignore. They compress time, bringing endings and beginnings forward at a pace that can feel disoriented. But also, this energy is very, very liberating. A solar eclipse functions like a supercharged new moon. New beginnings, new starts, the masculine energy. It's all about planting seeds that germinate quickly and irrevocably. This particular eclipse occurs in Aquarius, and this is the sign of collective consciousness, future systems, innovation, and awakening beyond outdated hierarchies. It is ruled by Uranus, the planet of sudden change, disruption, liberation, and rapid awakening. Uranus does not negotiate with stagnation. It breaks patterns open, breaks them open wide so something new can emerge. This is the seed cracking open. Layered onto this is the entry into the year of the fire horse. This is the new year, a new solar year, an unmistakable symbol of speed, passion, courage, and forever momentum. A fire horse years historically coincide with dramatic shifts, bold movements, and inability to remain passive. Together, these energies make one thing very clear. We are entering a year and an era where change happens quickly and resistance becomes increasingly uncomfortable. Now, I can't not talk about Saturn because Saturn crosses the threshold from disillusion to action. This acceleration doesn't just begin on February 17th alone. It's already been set in motion just days earlier on February 14th when Saturn moved from Pisces into Aries. Saturn's long journey through Pisces has been a long, often confusing passage. Pisces dissolves boundaries, blurs edges, and exposes illusions. And during this time, many have been asked to confront spiritual bypassing, unconscious sacrifice, martyrdom, escapism, and other ways we may have avoided responsibility by staying vague, overwhelmed, or disempowered. Saturn in Pisces required deep inner reckoning. The question that Saturn kept asking in that state was, where have I been giving my power away? Where have I been waiting instead of choosing? Where have I been dreaming instead of acting? Now, as Saturn crosses into Aries, the tone totally shifts, and it shifts dramatically from reflection to action. This marks the beginning of a new 29-year Saturn cycle focused on identity, leadership, courage, and conscious initiation. It's front and center, and Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It represents birth, emergence, and the willingness to take the first step even without guarantees. Saturn in Aries does not tolerate passivity. It does not reward waiting for permission. Instead, it asks each of us to stand, to act, and to take ownership of who we are becoming and what we are here to build. Responsibility is no longer theoretical. It becomes embodied. Action is a must. This is about collapsing structures and strengthening foundations for the future. What this acceleration means is simple, yet very sobering. Structures built on shaky ground, like deception, corruption, fear, or control, are unlikely to withstand the speed and the intensity of the current energies. When momentum increases, anything that is misaligned tends to fracture quickly, fall away, break down, crumble. And at the same time, foundations rooted in truth, authenticity, love, peace, and compassion gain momentum just as rapidly. What once felt slow to grow can suddenly take off. For those committed to building a more loving and conscious world, connections, opportunities, and synchronicities may appear almost instantly, sometimes faster than the mind can keep up. This is not about punishment or reward, it's about resonance. In times of acceleration, alignment matters more than effort. So the question is where is your focus? This moment, this ledge that we're on, asks a very real and personal question. Where does your focus live? Are you feeling collapsing systems by giving them your constant attention in fear and outrage and anger? Or are you investing your energy in creating something new through your choices, your relationships, your work, your creativity, and your daily presence? And is that built on the foundation of love? Focus is not, nor can it be passive. It's generative. What you constantly feed grows. Holding love in your heart does not mean denying reality or avoiding hard truths. In fact, as more truth comes to light, many people are feeling an even stronger resolve. There is a growing clarity that we want to live in a world defined by shared abundance, respect for all sentient beings, and an end to war, to poverty, and needless suffering. When we come together energetically through meditation, intention, prayer, and the way we show up in our everyday choices, the manifestation of that world accelerates. Conscious creation is no longer a distant ideal. It's not a dream. It's active and it's present and it's participatory. Its process needs us here and now and present. We also are in the 1 year, and that's a blank canvas. Numerology, this is a 1 year, signaling initiation, leadership, and new beginnings. Ones always ask us to step forward rather than look backward. Just 3 days before the eclipse on February 20th, we experienced something truly rare, and that's the Saturn-Neptune conjunction at 0 degrees in Aries, the very first degree of the zodiac wheel. For the first time in over 6,000 years, yes, I said 6,000 years, Saturn represents structure, responsibility, and form, and Neptune represents vision, compassion, and spiritual truth, and their meeting at that 0 point of pure beginning offers an unprecedented blank canvas. This is the merging of vision and responsibility at the threshold of creation. It asks not only what do you dream of, but what are you willing to build? I find it amazing that it comes right after the first new moon of the new solar year. So that eclipse is about planting seeds. It's showing us the darkness, the new moon energy, and certainly the ring of fire that we see with the eclipse. Their meeting at this point beginnings offers a canvas for us to try something new, do something different. This is the merging of vision and responsibility. That's the Pisces and the Saturn energy. It's at the threshold of creation, and it asks not only what do you dream of, but what are you willing to build? Not just dream, hope, look to the future. What's your action around that? And the Aries equinox is an ignition sequence. On that March 20th, the spring equinox arrives, marking the astrological new year. On this exact day, the sun joins Saturn and Neptune in Aries, placing 3 major planetary forces in the sign of initiation, courage, and creation. And this alone would be powerful. But the energy doesn't stop there, and that's what makes me so excited, because in the days immediately before and after the equinox, we have Mercury and Venus also moving into Aries, creating what astrologers call a true Aries concentration, or a pile-up. This brings the total to 4 to 5 planets in Aries within a few days of the equinox. And we can't avoid, or we can't not see that. At this time, the energy unfolding is less like a single event, but more like a multi-week ignition sequence. Momentum builds, urgency increases, and life asks us for our participation. And so why does this matter? Well, Aries energy is not passive. It represents initiation and action, birth and emergence. It pushes us for deeper courage and leadership and forward motion. And each planet contributes a distinct layer. Saturn in Aries says, make it real, take responsibility, act with integrity. And Neptune in Aries says, make it meaningful, align action with vision, compassion, and higher purpose. And then Sun in Aries says, bring it into form, illuminate what is ready to begin. And lastly, Mercury and Venus, as they enter Aries, activate voice, values, choices, relationships, and how we assert what truly matters to us. Together, this alignment signals not just a new season, but a collective call to begin again consciously and courageously. And the choice before us and the question before us is profound and unavoidable. Do we continue to perpetuate systems rooted in power and greed and control? Or do we seize this once in many, many lifetimes opportunities to quantum leap into a radically different way of being? No one can make this choice for us, but each of us must choose through our action, our attention, and our alignment. And we must remember to starve the fear and feed the love, and remembering that the universe works in a conversation with us. The universe is talking to us and is waiting for us to respond back to it. What is our action going to be? Now, I thought I'd run through how this acceleration of this energy may show up personally for you. I'm going to walk through all the zodiac signs. So you might want to listen to both your rising and your sun sign to see how this energy of ignition might impact you. As this wave of Aries energy builds through the eclipse, Saturn's shift, the equinox, and the planetary concentration, each of us will feel the ignition differently. While Aries energy is collective, it always activates us personally, calling attention to where we are ready to begin again, taking responsibility and moving forward with courage to what is aligned to our soul. So let's take a look at how the energy impacts each zodiac sign. Let's start with Aries. This is a profound rebirth moment for you, Aries. Identity shifts, leadership calls, and new responsibilities may arrive quickly. You are being asked to step into a more authentic version of yourself, one that leads with integrity rather than impulse. What begins now sets the tone for the next long chapter of your life. And Taurus, the acceleration works internally first. Old subconscious patterns, fears, attachments may surface only so they can be released. You may feel called to simplify, to rest, to clear emotional clutter. Trust that what is dissolving is creating space for a more grounded and empowered future. And Gemini, your voice matters. Now more than ever, new conversations, collaborations, and community roles may emerge rapidly. This is a time to speak truth with courage and align your words with values. Networks shift quickly, so pay attention to who is energizing your growth. And Cancer, career, visibility, and life direction are activated now. You may feel pushed into leadership or called to redefine what success means to you. While this can feel very vulnerable, it's also deeply empowering. Step forward without abandoning your emotional wisdom. And Leo, your worldview is expanding. New beliefs, teachings, travel, or spiritual insights may arrive suddenly, challenging old mental beliefs and assumptions. This is an initiation into a larger sense of purpose. Follow what inspires you, even if it asks you to take a brave leap. And Virgo, deep transformation is underway. Shared resources, emotional bonds, and energetic entanglements come into focus. You may be asked to release control and trust deeper processes of renewal. This is about empowerment through honesty and emotional maturity. And Libra, relationships are a catalyst for change. Partnerships, romantic, professional, or personal, may shift rapidly, asking for clarity and balance and authenticity. You're learning how to meet others without abandoning yourself. And Scorpio, daily life, health, and work rhythms are being restructured. You may feel a push to take better care of your body, your energy, and your time. Small changes now can create powerful long-term stability. Discipline becomes a form of self-respect. And Sagittarius, creative fire is reignited. Joy, passion, maybe some romance, and self-expression want room to breathe again. This is a reminder that play and purpose are not opposite. Follow what lights you up. Your enthusiasm is contagious right now. And Capricorn, home and family and emotional foundations are shifting. You may feel called to redefine safety, belonging, or ancestral patterns. This is a chance to build inner security that doesn't depend on external control. Stability begins within. And Aquarius, your mind is activated. New ideas, learning paths, writing, teaching, or local connections may move quickly. This is a time to share insights that help others navigate change. Your perspective is needed. Don't underestimate its impact. And Pisces, values, money, and self-worth come into sharp focus. You may be asked to ground your spiritual insights into practical form. This is about honoring your gifts enough to sustain them. What you build now can support you long term. And I leave you today with a final personal reflection, regardless of your sign. This era, this opening, this gateway, this period that we're in right now asks the same core question. Where am I ready to begin again with courage, responsibility, and a foundation of love? Acceleration does not require perfection. It requires presence, choice, and willingness. And remember, starve the fear and feed the love. You are not behind. You are arriving. Much love to all of you. I'm Lori Wondra of Your Life Core. We are on an extraordinary ride, and I'm happy that we're on this ride together.
Thank you for listening to Messages from the Universe. For information about Lori Wondra's current events or to schedule a private session, visit her website, yourlifecore.com. You can also subscribe to our monthly newsletter. Lori also shares inspirational and informational messages on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening.